Man, what's up, everybody? I might lose all my subscribers or whatever about me, mentioning this, but um, so there was a video of a guy who, by black people standards or by society standards, would be an incel, but he had a girlfriend. So people would think that the guy having a girlfriend would make him a better man. He was in the church. Um, he did everything right based off the knowledge. And but the fact is he still killed himself on Facebook Live. I mean, took himself out on Facebook Live. I seen a video. Um there's another guy who took himself out. He was a black veteran and he was dating a single mom and he shot the single mom and the kid, and then on Facebook Live he took himself out. So what is this video about? Society and these drones and the black women drones tell you that you need to go take care of a family. But they never tell you, they never build any type of safety net for men who get done wrong by these women, right? They never try to help these men after these women ruin them. There's stories out there of women ruining guys, men going down with diseases. The shaming tactics is who's going to take care of you when you're old. There's a lot of women who leave guys soon as they get sick. There's a lot of women who cheat on nice guys. There's a lot of women out here and men trying to make nice guys into bad boys or make them the assholes or whatever. Society doesn't care about men's life because this guy who shot himself with a shotgun and was gruesome relatively would have been an incel, right? People telling him the social interaction, he did that in the church, and get himself a girlfriend and he'll be happy. I told y'all about this shit when I said that some guys can only pull a woman a year. You know why? Because the process of getting a woman in today's society for some men is so exhausting is that they have nothing left. It takes them months to recover from dealing with chicks. This guy, if you see the video, said it that he was just feel like he just feel like it was over. He had the shotgun. But the fact is, the chick, this normal looking chick that everybody tells that yo, you should get with these non-IG models, she goes on the phone with him and says, people are antagonizing me. She made it all about him, all about her. Then they had a back and forth for a little bit. And then he says, oh, you gonna hang up on me? Okay, that's it. And he pulled the trigger. And the sounds you heard from his head, the blood, not only that, the girl, this chick, this ugly, unattractive chick, she caused him to take himself out. She caused him because the cops was seconds away from busting down his door of saving this dude's life. Seconds. Now, would they could have saved him? We don't know. We don't know if he would have took the gun and blew himself away like that. We don't know. He probably could have been talked out of it. But this chick, this selfish chick, she caused the man to take his own life. A lot of men do just fine without women in their life. A man can lose a job. A man can lose his house. There's a lot of homeless men out there, but the fact is one thing about women. Women can take everything you own. everything you don't own. And this is the stuff that people don't talk about. It's not the material things, it's the spiritual things that these women take from you. It's the mental things that these women take from you. And this is why a lot of guys opt out of this world. It's better to be alone than to be with a bunch of people who's taken from you. You shouldn't let society program you. You should program yourself to make yourself happy. Now, now, now you got men out here who still try to condone you to get with these women. You know, the famous Super Sly and his bull crap with talking to game changer crap, right? Um the funny thing about these guys is that you always see them in other chats saying the opposite of stuff, and them out here condoning certain behaviors that women do, but then you see them on live stream saying it's totally different. Let's talk about this one right here. Damn, when I was young, I gambled sometimes not using condoms. Thanks to the Most High, I ain't catch that. This is sad. That part. Bro, I was thinking the same thing. The same box to me, I dodged that. Used to beat aunts, moms, and their daughters' box out the frame. They never asked either. Did I have one? So I didn't. I'm glad I have in the house cat. She gonna be single for the rest of her life on God. The comments are vicious. I doubt it. I don't say the same thing. Some dudes will strap up and hit it, or others will just go on and go to work. She won't. They just wear a strap. This is the real world. Laugh out loud. She won't. Don't watch how get away with murder. Now she will have a dude. So apparently it was a chick who came out and said she had HIV, and these guys are condoning that. They're telling that black men are so thirsty that they will have sex with women who have HIV with a condom on. See, this is what I'm talking about. And this is under Super Sly's comments about a chick exposing a guy for giving her HIV. And then she told the world that she had HIV. They have no confidence in you. First they try to shame you into having sex with these wore out women. And then they shame you into marrying these single moms and these messed up women, mentally messed up women. And then they make comments like this against they talk about SYSBM. Don't these people know that this shit is online? Don't they know that this shit is online? And every time I go in the comments of these people, these are the same people who talk against SYSBM, thinking men and traveling men and all this other stuff. Like, they think that nobody out here has discipline. And then the guys who got discipline, they make fun of them and call them incels. Oh my God, man. And you wonder why we have the mindset we have when it comes down to these people. Oh, come on, dude. To these people. So it was a fact that I told people about the mental health industry, and it's now feminized. So when people tell you to get help and they tell you got to do this and you got to do that, sometimes you got to be like, yo, So disciplined men are called incels. Men who got standards are made fun of, say they don't got game. You see the type of games they playing with guys out here. They're working, like I said, they're working on both sides. So they try to send you to a feminist psychologist so you can get on pills and end up taking your life, or end up on pills and end up just being a form of who you are. Even though you don't need pills. You just have a different opinion. Some people do need help. But I know guys who needed help who had to go through at least 5 different psychologists because they felt like that these people wasn't telling them the right information and just subscribing medicines that they didn't need. They were smart enough to understand that they was being used and sent down a road, so they got with a psychologist who actually knew what they doing and made them feel good and made them feel better and gave them good advice. It's sad that you have to shop around for the right person to help you, and you have to spend thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. Why is it that women get to have free mental health care and women have to get free everything else, but men have to pay thousands and millions of dollars and thousands of dollars just to get help for some simple shit? This is why we say, this is why I said program yourself. Don't let society program you, because the fact is society won't be around if you harm yourself. Society won't be around society won't be around when society won't be around if you need help. You need a new job. Your girlfriend took all your stuff, lied on you. They don't even correct themselves when women do crimes. This is why every man on here says you're on your own. Black men entirety too. Black men are on their own. We don't have any friends out here. We have ourselves. And if we group up, we have to make sure that we group up with the right people. We only got one chance. While these degenerates, they got multiple chances. These thoughts, they got multiple chances. But the good guy, he makes one mistake, it's over for him. We got to walk on a tightrope because we the good guys. So let me show you. HIV is not a death sentence. I know a few people who have it, married, and have free, virus-free children and doing well 20 years ago. Now, these are people. These are generally people who telling guys that HIV is not a death sentence. Yeah, like, look, man. I'm telling you, these people don't have no... They don't give two shits. They don't give two shits about black men. They don't give two shits about health. They don't give two shits about nobody. They want you to get HIV so you can be on meds for the rest of your life. So you can be one of these people who live 20 years with kids and all this other stuff. Are you serious? All these fucking excuses for a bunch of people that make mistakes, but for some reason, check it again. Check it again. This is what I'm saying. This is the bullshit that goes on in the black community. And you wonder why everybody want to leave this shit, man. Other countries, other people do not condone this shit. Where motherfuckers can give you HIV and then you say, well, it's not a death sentence. Doesn't matter, they gave it to you. You can still find someone. Oh, oh man. Like I said before, man, I'm like the CIA, FBI. Like, every time I hear people say stupid shit out their mouth on live streams, I go to these comments and I'm like, these are the people that actually think this way. I'm not believing this person on here, what they saying. Because the society says something else. And I don't listen to them. Okay, here we go. And things that I told y'all about that happens in the mental health industry. The problem with seeking professional help is unfortunately is that the feminists have hijacked the medical field as well. It's hard to, but men have to work out their problems on their own with a little help from men communities. Preach. My experience a lot sometimes with depression, I had a phase that it isn't in my head. It would took me a while, and I had the realization life isn't fair. Life was never been fair. Life has never been fair. I once realized that and gave it a lot of thought. I feel better. In many ways, the expectation that you being fair and blah blah blah. Even Jessica X is not gonna talk about all of the guys, the men who take themselves out in the UK. She's going on here talking about she want to understand all this stuff, but she doesn't. She focused so much on America, but she don't focus on her own place. I mean, this somebody who says that she came in here, and I remember one time she said, just like Gabe A said, he first he said that he was cybersecurity for the deep web. Then he said he was cybersecurity for Twitter. And I'm like, wait, you can't be cybersecurity for both of them. Because if you was the cybersecurity for Twitter, you would have caught the 17-year-old kid, or you would have found the 17-year-old kid faster that hacked the presidential web pages, profiles on Twitter, right? So she came in this space talking about she had what is it? What is it? I forgot. Want to say the right term. She had a psychological degree. Degree in psychology. Yeah, degree in psychology. And I'm like, they all said that shit. And people forgot what she said. And in current COVID, many men lost their jobs and everything and have realized that they only resource left is life insurance. They have to be dead for their families to get it. But for some men, it's a solution. Now the SJWs have taken over the psychology field. I don't find these techniques therapists recommend very useful. The things like making our distractions, we never around to deal with the actual problem. It won't so bad. So many people don't agree with me. Sometimes they want us to die. So, two men that I can show you that society programmed and told them to do stuff, and they took themselves out on camera, on everybody. People might say, why are you watching these videos, or why are you looking at these? Because the fact is, these are messages to me, these are messages to you. These are messages to all men, that once the chips are down, no one's there going to help you out. Once the chips are down, all this bad advice, it piles up on a person. And like I told you before, when the Hannah Kimura, when she took herself out, and I try to explain it, of me dealing with people trying to stop them from committing suicide. I saw a person with a gun in his hand, and I had to talk him out of shooting himself in the head. 3 hours of talking him out, talking it out of his hand, and locking it up and everything, unchambering all the stuff and taking the bullets out the gun and everything else. A lot of people don't never see that. I took pills out of a person's hand when he lost somebody close to him. I can see that This dude, Ronnie Nut, he was thinking about it. But I think he still could have been talked out of it. But when he talked to that chick, then he pulled the trigger. And the sad thing about this, and how unfeminized and feminized how feminist that YouTube is, that there's the video, the gruesome video is up on YouTube right now. I typed in his name and the video of him blowing his head off is on YouTube. But the fact is they strike people's channels down for no exact reason. This is why I say this shit is run by feminists, man. Then you had this video of the McLaren guy. Oh, I'm pronouncing his name. Javon McClendon. He took himself out. Stop letting people try to program you. Stop letting people tell you that you're the incel. Stop letting people tell you to get married to these women, because they are never going to be around when these women destroy you physically, mentally, and spiritually. They're going to tell you to get back out there, but most of them do not get back out there themselves. They know how bad it is out here. And this is a lesson to the younger generation. Don't let women take too much from you. Just because you get vagina don't mean they're not taking something from you. Because I don't want to see any young man be the next person on here who take their life like this. So yeah, man, it's messed up. But this is the reality of what men have to deal with out here. This is what men have to deal with all the time. We just seeing the reality of it. And look this dude up. Ronnie McNutt. He had a so-called girlfriend who dumped him. And she don't even look good. She's an average chick. So if this ugly average white chick can do this to this guy who, if he didn't have a girlfriend and he was by himself, he'd be considered an incel. Where's the stories at? Shit pissed me off, man. And just don't let people control you, man. Don't let them put things into your head. Because once they do stuff to you and give you advice, they never around when things hit the fan. Program yourself. Don't let society program you.